is Cancer rising, Leo sun, Scorpio moon a bad combo? No, everything is a great combo. Presumably you're asking if there are any like issues that come up with this mix, so let's talk about that instead. The issues with Cancer rising is really mommy issues, okay? If you have Cancer rising, I'm sorry, you're plagued with mommy issues. You know, we all have issues. It's not just you, Cancer rising. But Cancer's issues are with their moms, okay? Because oftentimes Cancer rising is so sensitive and so deeply attached to their mother that they can always feel their mother. They can always feel close to their mother. They always know what their mother is thinking. They feel very intimate and close to their mother in every way, like spiritually, psychically, emotionally. But unfortunately, Cancer rising moms typically struggle with receiving love, and Cancer rising moms are not very emotionally intelligent or in tune. So what happens is that while that child is like dialed into mom and knows everything mom wants, mom needs, mom is, that mom, if you were to ask that mom the same questions about that child, she wouldn't be able to tell you, because mom literally has no idea what's going on in that child's inner world. That mom is only interested in what's happening with that child in the physical realm, even though that child is connecting with mom on different layers. Like, she's not just connecting with you physically here, also emotionally, and also like intuitively, spiritually, psychically. So when something is bothering you, she can look at you and tell before you tell her anything, but you don't even know what's going on with her. So Cancer rising, if they have an unevolved mom, this is kind of the theme of their life. And usually that mom is also very like desperately seeking love from all the wrong places, which is another thing Cancer rising moms struggle with, because they don't know how to receive love. So fundamentally, that is the issue. So unfortunately, Cancer rising takes all of that baggage out in the real world when they become a grown-up. And these are people that will be attracted to people who are attracted to them, but they won't actually wonder or ask themselves if they're attracted to that person. So their whole thing is, if you like me, I like you. As opposed to, do I like you? Like, yeah, I know you like me, but do I like you? Like, what do I like about you? Like, are you the best I can do? Is it possible for me to find better? A lot of times Cancer rising will get married very, very quickly, because they're so desperate to have their love validated for that reason. And they often get divorced very quickly too. Usually they get married at a very, very young age, Cancer rising, compared to all the other zodiac signs, because they're looking for mommy. They're looking for a replacement mommy. And especially if they're a man in a heterosexual relationship. Oh, Clitter Claus say you low-key read me. I'm so sorry, Clitter Claus. You asked. But you asked. So I have to get into it. So Cancer rising are desperately seeking this love, especially if it's a man, you know, with a woman. These boys will get married very, very fast, like in their 20s. And before they reach 30, they're already divorced. Because usually that marriage is not going to last, because they were looking for mommy. They weren't actually looking at the woman in front of them and looking to actually like build anything meaningful with her or get to know her. It was all about trying to like relive this nostalgic relationship with mom that had its high points. What's interesting about Cancer rising is that they get very like fantasy driven about mom. So they think about mom in a very like saintly, innocent, nostalgic, warm, empathetic kind of way. Even if mom wasn't all those things, they take the highlights of mom and they project all this goodness onto her, and that's what they hold on to. So then the bar is set really, really high for anybody who comes after mom, because they expect anybody who comes after mom to be able to read their mind and meet their needs without them actually speaking it. And as we all know, that is not how love works. Love with grown humans requires communication. So not asking for your needs to be met and becoming resentful that they're not met is almost like creating your own prison and expecting for somebody else to come free you when you could literally open the door and walk out. But Cancer rising doesn't want to do that. They feel like it's too much work for them to have to speak what they need. They expect their partner to be able to read their mind and tell them. Because they're so good at reading their partner and giving their partner what they want in their mind, their partner should be able to do the same. And if their partner cannot, then that means their partner doesn't love them. When in fact, it doesn't mean any of that, because all of us are different. All of us have different upbringings, different parents, different cultures, different wiring, different psychology, different neurology. You know, we're all unique human beings. There isn't a one size fits all. But Cancer rising is so desperate to heal the relationship with mom without actually healing it, that they're projected onto everybody they meet and expect everybody to heal it for them. And that's not how it works. So that's really the only issue that I see with Cancer rising, is like them not taking responsibility for their lack of emotional stability, not taking ownership for their mental health and their emotional health, not healing the trauma that was passed on to mom that they didn't deserve, that they have such warm and fuzzy feelings about. Because that's the other thing. Many of them don't have like the anger that is needed to actually heal towards mom. Many of them want to protect mom while also heal. So it's almost like a patient who doesn't want the doctor to tell them they have a disease, but they want the medication. You know, because they don't want to deal with the ugliness of it all. They don't want to deal with the hard, sad fact, which is that mom didn't love them the way they deserve to be loved. Because when you actually deal with that, you actually get angry. Oh, Clitter Clot said my mom abandoned me and she's a Taurus. Well, there you have it. There you have it. I'm so sorry that happened to you. But a mom abandoning you should make you angry. If your mom abandoned you and you ended up getting adopted, that too should make you angry. But a lot of times, Cancer risings, they don't want to deal with that anger. They just want to project it onto everybody else who triggers their sensitivity. And that's really the issue with Cancer rising in love, is an inability or an unwillingness to actually deal, you know, to actually look at it factually, like a business person, like to be like an HR representative and to look at the facts of the matter. And the facts of the matter is that my mom wasn't that great of a mom. And I'm sorry, just because a woman can give birth doesn't mean she's good at being a mother. Being a mother is a very tough job. As a mother, I can tell you that. It's a very, very difficult job. And most days you don't feel like you're doing a good enough job, honestly. Because you give it all and it still doesn't feel like enough. Okay? And some people are hardwired for it and some people aren't. You know, but there is no such job. There is no such thing as a perfect job as a mom. But we try. Every day we show up and we try. And that's the point. But Cancer rising has kind of this fantasy relationship with mothering, which isn't rooted in reality. And they basically take that to their love life, and that's when we run into issue. And then you add Leo to that, which is very demanding and needy. Yeah, you know, it's a very needy person who, you know, doesn't want to acknowledge their neediness. They just want to act it out, but they don't want you to point it out to them. And that's not an easy person. Those aren't really easy circumstances to work with if a person isn't even aware and is not doing anything to better their situation. So that's basically it. So Clutterclots, what do you think about what I just described? Clutterclot said scarily accurate. Astrology is scarily accurate. I would have to agree with that. It's even accurate all the way down to like time of your life. It's pretty magical. So that's pretty much it. So thank you for that beautiful question, and thank you for the feedback that this was accurate and helpful to you. That means a lot to me. I love what I do, but what I love more is that it helps people, and that's why I do it. So thank you for supporting the work that I do here. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.